Hello and welcome. My name's Derek, and I sell physical media on eBay. Make videos about what I buy, source videos, videos about what sells, what sold video. This is a what sold video. Gotta get this stuff. A little bit of a quick guitar riff. Guitar makes some really cool sounds. Stuff it isn't. So I didn't get the stuff, mainly because there's not as many as there was yesterday. Yesterday took some time to do. So thinking about it, I said it to my wife, or I made it in a comment that 39 is the most I've ever done for a video. 39 to be picked up, or for some people, they go straight to the post office. I just put mine in one of the white mail container things, and I have a little table right outside of the mailbox. Way off topic on that. But 39, yeah, that was definitely quite a bit. It's good. I mean, 40 of them at $1,000. I mean, it's about $25 average, whatever I came up with. Well, I mean, I was doing the math on the product cost received. I think it was like 1,080 or something. Yeah, there's 17 for 450. So I was doing some math, and I also made a comment to someone else's comment. Summertime, so there's things that'll be going on. Hopefully, I'll be at 1,000 subs, so things will be changing for the channel a little bit. One of the things that I've been thinking about is only making sales videos if it's 300. If the video is going to be for $300 or more. And if I'm sourcing, and either way, I'll figure those things out. That's months ahead. I got to get to 1,000 first. And then springtime, the rest of the little medical procedure will be finished. If my math is right, should be April, right around there. And then if there's a place where we can move to that's more accommodating, that's larger, ranch, or even a 6-story or a 6-stair split level, something like that, place for our cats to roam, things like that. Because I'm getting to the, 20 years is easy to say, it takes a second, but it is a long time. And, but if you think about it, it's like, man, 20 years from now, that's going to go by pretty quick. Yeah. So, find a place to kind of, don't know if I want to buy them. All right, getting way off topic. So, let's get into what's causing me to have all these futuristic plans and ideas. All right, C30, Lewis family. Box under a box. You know what? That's what I'm going to have as kind of the end point of the video. Seeing things, growth, and aspiration. All right, this CD, Lewis Family Something Greatest Hits, 13. Oh. So yeah, yesterday just video, got the stuff packaged. That was up and listing, or up and posting. Got 39 things packaged. Got 24 relists done. I've been left before store at like 2 o'clock. Left before the stores. D11 Dragon Ball Z. Garlic Jr. Dragon Ball Z, 19. T5. Got to get a tape. So a bandit hanging out on the patio. All right, Ray Lynch. No Blue Thing cassette. $10. Most likely from that estate sale. All right, this case only. So it's the case and artwork, right? So these aren't like regular CD cases. So any of these cases like this, if they're genuine, I mean, you could sell just a case for $5-6. I mean, I sold, maybe it was 5 or 6 for like $30 quite a few years ago. And I found them, and they were empty, right? So all they had was that, and I thought it was part of like a shelf of some sort, or like a container, like the bins that I keep my Blu-rays and VHS in. That's what I thought they were, and then or a part of like you snap it together and you make your own container. That's all Nintendo. This was years and years ago, but I think the box or the bag was like $2. It was like $5 or $6 or $30 or something for 5 or 6 of them. But so this one here, the case and the artwork only, 15. So if you're at a store, you see games, scan. I'm like, oh man, that's cool. If you didn't already know it, you know, it'll feel a little light, especially if it doesn't have a manual. You open up, you're like, well, is the artwork worth it? I mean, they want $1 for this. Does it sell for 10, 12, 15 bucks? Yeah, buy it. That one did take a little longer. That had been maybe spring. May. End of spring. Gotta get a book. All right. She went. So this is the second time I've sold this one. Someone returned it because of that. So it was listed as very good before, and they said because I didn't mention that, and yet there was a whole picture, like right there, you could see it. So according to eBay, if you have a picture of the damage, that's just as good as using 1,000 words or less. So returned it, and they paid for the shipping there. Well, through the partial refund, they paid for the shipping there and the shipping back because it's something that wasn't my doing. I did my part to make sure that I didn't use the words, but you got a picture. Does this thing right here, does this say words to you? No. Is it something that you have to see in order to see? Yes. I got a picture of it. That's the best way on how to do it. But it sold for $20 more than what it was before. All right, 102. So that is one I got at Savers however long ago, a couple months ago. It was just interesting enough. I saw the gold. It was definitely a bigger book, but I saw this gold, and I was like, that's definitely catchy enough. Well, you probably can't see the gold. All right, so that's a gold in its relief. So it's bubbled. Give it a whirl. Look it up. It's either within those 30 seconds, it's something that I'm going to buy, or it's something I'm not. Most of the time when I look at that stuff, it's something I'm going to buy. The Wiggles live hot potatoes. Just listen to this one. Hot potatoes. 19. Just so the Wiggles go bananas. That just went out yesterday. D7. Rush Hour 3. Just got that one not too long ago. Rush Hour. Rush Hour. $10. So whoever it was 50 cents, 25 cents, whatever. It wasn't much. I mean, if they go for 10, I try to stay away from those because they're not really making a whole lot. But it's easy. It's picture. You know it's going to be 10, 12 bucks. Listed accordingly. Done. C40. Box on top of a box. Epic. I believe this is a SACD. It is. So SACDs are easier to find because they have a little slighter different corner. And these ones I know I've had for a while. There might be one more mixed down in here. But I got those SACDs out in Avon. Maybe late summer. I don't remember, a pack of 28 for like $14 or something like that. Or maybe it was 20 for $12. I don't remember, but it's a pretty good price. Most of them were sealed. This one right here, Epics, 35. That's twice gravity tried to beat me. C44. I'm looking for BMG Carpenters. Should be right down in there in the front somewhere. All Combat Redneck Carpenters. I stopped at the one right below it too. Carpenters going international. 22. This is a BMG. So the Carpenters' greatest hits, no. A lot of other Carpenters, all but their greatest hits really. Single disc. If it was a double disc or definitive or something like that, I would look it up. I don't know if they have any of that, but that is a BMG. That's $20, and I got it because Carpenters, and enough of their stuff is sold for me to be like, I've never seen that one. Some artists are just good at getting in the habit of looking them up just to see. I mean, a lot of Taylor Swift stuff isn't really worth it, but most of her stuff is. Same thing with the Carpenters. A lot of it's not worth it, but most of it is. C29. And this is a 4-disc. Should be in a multi-pack. This Ernest Tubb. 4-disc. $20. D20. Another multi-movie set. I mean, it wasn't as much as those ones from a couple days ago. So I was glancing up and down. Try to see it. Lawman, Hour of the Gun, Outlaw. It's right there. Actually, it's relatively front. 17. So sealed, yeah. Most 98% of sealed I'll grab and scan, grab and look up. Doesn't have a barcode. I'm still going to look it up because that sealed is going to give it its ultimate, most of the time, higher value. Open can be signed or whichever, right? But I mean, seal can be signed too. It just doesn't make sense because it's not going to be as permanent. Where am I going? C26. So that is right here. First recordings of the Boston Symphony. Since I don't remember that title, I'm going to start looking up top. See, here's another SA CD. You can see that corner is a little different. First recordings of the Boston Symphony. 16. Got to get a cassette from T1. All right, so this Rolling Stones. So my cat, Monkey, so get in it multiple times now. This thing that's making all the noise, she's in a bigger box that I keep the envelopes in that I ship the CDs and DVDs. So she jumped in there. So she climbed all the way up. Now she's making a bunch of noise. But this cassette, so this is one that's a, however it opens. There's a little push tab right here. You push that, and this opens up. There's a cassette in there. This is made by Abco. A-B-K-O. A-B-K-C-O. This is $42. Most likely from that estate sale. I mean, I got so many from there that got listed, I don't remember. C22 should be right here. It is. So this is Tyler, the Creator. That came in. It was under the disc of the Taylor Swift one that I just sold yesterday. This one has a bad hinge because it's just being shipped out, and it has a couple like real minor scuffs, pretty much. Now she's trying to jump all the way up on the very, very top. And that was that. But that $15 for a free CD, right? And it's just the disc. The DVD reminds me of my mom when she used to live up in this area. She had a cat named DC. DC didn't really, I don't know why or what the actual standing for DC is, but she did say one time it's like it stands for damn cat. All right. D17 Nanny Express. Nanny Express DVD. 15. You gotta get a cassette that's not in one of those drawers. This is what I have. The older listed ones and the least expensive ones in here. So when the time comes for me to actually do a calling on tapes, which probably won't happen for a while, I know a lot of the older ones and the cheaper ones are down here, besides this Nakamichi. The Big Gun Down, John Zorn. Big Gun Down, John Zorn cassette, 19. And the 8 tracks are in here. Little extra 8-track sleeves. And if they stay where they're supposed to stay, and how they're supposed to stay, go right there. And I think the last one, it is. And I gotta go in the bin. All right, and this Star Trek motion picture book. So very clean. Clean edging. Clean spine. So it's good, clean book. So this I got at the same company who for the estate sales. This one was out in like University Heights. It was a different one I went to a couple weeks ago, maybe. And I think the paperbacks were 50 cents that day. It was the last day, right? So 50 cents into a $10 sale. After shipping and fees, I went over this in a comment. It's still making a couple bucks. And while I was there, if it was something that does hold some sort of value, knowing it will sell, I'm not worried about spending 25 cents or 50 or a dollar in something that will sell. If you're spending 25, 50 cents, a dollar, 2, 5, whatever, it's stuff that never sells. That's when the thought of profit, you're not really making a whole lot, can really, really come into play because you're not selling that stuff, that regardless what you paid for it. Stuff that sells, I don't, or it has a selling. If it was $2, no. If it was a dollar, yeah. I mean, it was on sale, would have sold more regularly around 13, 14 bucks, yeah. But the point still is for the $10 sale. Still made stuff, didn't take much time. I was already there, already had it in my hand. I know that franchise stuff sells. Most. Especially when it's clean. So I look at things in different aspects, I suppose. All right, so that's 17 sales, 400 product costs received, $3.99. And today, with the addition of the books I got yesterday, that should at least fill up the book box. So that's what I'll do. That's good because of days I don't really like to go out. It's weekends, but I still do. But I'm not because it's still cold. But next week, though, 40s to 50s for about a week and a half. Yeah, so keep on heading out. Keep on heading out. Go these far to places when it's nice. Sucks when there's the snow out there, but if I have relists that could be done, or inventory that could be pictured, or whichever. If I don't have to be out in the snow, I'm not. All right, so let's go wrap that one up. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. Funny thing. What was I saying? I said I was going to say that too. Oh, but the kind of the aspiration, for years, maybe 10 years ago, it was could have been 15 to 20,000 selling on eBay, and then for probably 5 years going into that, so upwards up to 5 years ago, it was maybe 20 to 40. And first year, about 5 years ago, of media, it was an easier 40, 50 to hit. And then for a couple years after that, it was 60, then 70, and then 2024 was 88K, and then last year was 106K. So I'm saying that, so that builds a growth and an aspiration. You're like, oh yeah, this is relatively easier work. And to a subjective degree, it's scalable. I mean, I could put in the same amount of work, if not less, way less, same amount of time, and get a lot better results from selling physical media than I did with any other categories I really dealt in. Now, if I got like a huge bin of electronics, that's a lot of time testing stuff. It's, to me, it just, that strung up just anxiety right there thinking about it. I was like, I just don't even want to, because I just dealt with too many years dealing with it. So physical media has driven sales and is driving kind of aspiration for more sales, a lot for more things to get done. Let me think of going up. Comment down below. Subscribe, share. It's all free. Help me. Helping everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you.